Okay, in this exercise, I want to teach you how to get your dog to stay. And to get your dog to stay, I'm going to have you use a simple tool that's going to help him not fail and thereby help him succeed. And that's going to be a long line. And you can buy this, just a piece of hiking webbing at a hiking store, or climbing webbing, climbing store, or you can buy one at your local pet store online. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this into his collar. And if he goes away, it just gives me the ability to block his behavior. I'm not going to correct him. I'm not going to do anything too abrupt with it. It's just going to be there to stop his behavior, the undesirable behavior that I don't want. So to teach my dog the stay command, I'm going to ask my dog to sit, good, and then I'm going to walk backwards. And as soon as he's here, I'm going to come back and I'm going to say yes. I'm going to reward him for that. So here, tell my dog sit, good, I walk away from him, and I come back, and I walk away, and I come back, yes. So real simple logic here is that in order to teach my dog to stay, I teach my dog when I release him. So in other words, if I tell my dog, yes, means you can move, then simply put, he's going to wait for that release before he moves. If I tell my dog to sit and stay and stay and stay, when I stop saying stay, he's going to release. So he's going to think when I stop the nagging of stay, 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 that he gets released. That's not the way the dog is going to think. The dog is going to wait and anticipate a behavior. So if I tell my dog, sit, good, and I run around or do anything here, he's going to wait for me to say yes. Which brings me to a really good point on how to teach your dog to stay. So the very, very first thing I'm going to do with my dog is I'm going to tell him, I'm going to have his little line here, and I'm going to tell him sit. And while he's sitting, I'm going to give a little tug on this leash. And if I can just move him sideways, come here, Goofy, good, sit. All I'm doing is putting a little pressure on this leash here. Good, sit, right? Good, sit. And since he already knows this game, I can put as much pressure as I want on this leash and he's not going anywhere. Good. He's going to really dig himself in. But in the beginning, I'm going to tell him sit, give a little tug, and then say yes. And I'm going to offer my dog what's called a tactile release. So in other words, I'm not going to just say yes or come or recall him. I'm going to give him a tactile release. In other words, I'm going to touch him and he's going to release. So now if I offer my dog a distraction, I tell him sit, good, sit, and I drop the treat here, good, no, good. Now that would be distraction. So if I move away, good, sit, he doesn't get the treat, right? Now I can come back, pick up the treat, and I'll offer him another treat. Yes, good boy. Stay is a simple exercise when taught properly and a very, very complex exercise if you don't teach it properly. So real simple. Point one, get your dog on a long line here so he understands that he can't fail. If he takes off after the rabbit in the yard or the cat or just takes off wandering around, all I'm going to do is I'm going to step on this leash, and when he comes to the end of it, I'll tell him no. I'll block his behavior, bring him right back to me with a positive motivational cue, and we'll do it again. So here, sit, good. Pull a little bit of pressure on this line, good, sit, good boy. Yes, touch him on the nose and give him a release.